Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today on the Newsmakers Podcast. I'm Hannah Bololi, Business Development Editor with the ACHR News, and today I am joined with Justin Tarr, owner of Daffy Ducks, and we're here to talk about visit fees to assess equipment. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for having me. This is exciting, and I'm glad to be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely, Justin. So just for a little background, I just want to let you know what our survey found, because as you know, we're doing this series of homeowner surveys where we're interviewing homeowners and contractors alike. And something that the survey showed was that homeowners are undecided, or they tend to shy away from getting a quote from a contractor who would charge a fee for an assessment visit. The maximum fee that homeowners said that they would be willing to pay is $50 on average. Less than a third of the contractors that we surveyed for this homeowner survey indicated that they currently do charge an assessment fee, but when they do, it's much higher than what homeowners expect, which is $112 on average is what they're normally charging. So Justin, tell me a little bit about Daffy Ducks and if you guys charge assessment fees or what that looks like.
Sure, happy to. So Daffy Ducks is an indoor air quality business. Our services consist of air duct cleaning, indoor air quality products such as filtration, UV lights, PCOs, which are photocatalytic oxidation units, air scrubbers in layman terms. And then we also do dryer vents and dryer vent rebuilds and reroutes on the safety side. We've been in business since 2007, and we're in the Atlanta metro area in Georgia.
Awesome. So when you guys when you send a tech out to assess some equipment, are you normally charging a visit fee for that, or what is your process?
So our normal process is quoting over the phone. So most of our jobs, we've done probably over 16,000 jobs since we've been in business, and we do mostly residential, and most homes on the air duct cleaning side are very similar. And so we only need a bit of information such as how many units, what the total square feet are, and we're able to give a pretty accurate quote over the phone. And that eliminates the need for us to have to charge a fee to go out. However, there are situations where we do need to charge a fee, and we don't call it a trip charge or a visit fee or anything like that. For us, it's an inspection fee. And I may be answering another question here with the continuation of this answer, but we believe that when we do charge that fee, that there should be value that comes with that, not just a fee just for us to show up. And the value for us is a full inspection report. And so when we go out, what the customer ends up paying for, if we don't do any business with them, is a full inspection report outlining everything that we found, including photos, notes, if there are any code violations or anything like that. Everything that they need to know is in there for them to make a future purchasing decision, whether it be with us or with someone else. And if something is found, they do decide to do business with us, then anything that we charge is waived.
Okay. And so how did you decide on policy or, visit fee policy? How did you guys come to deciding you're going to do it that way?
So for us, it's just simple business. Everything in business has a cost to it. We just looked at whatever our hourly man-hour rate is, and that's pretty much how we come up with the charge. We need to make sure that we at least break even for business purposes when we go out. In the rare occasion that we do have to charge that for an inspection fee.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done anything different, or have you, in your experience in the HVAC industry, ever been a part of a company that has a different policy?
I have not been a part of a company that has a different policy. In the past, we've gone and done inspections at no cost and have walked away without doing any business. And as the CEO and just a good steward of the business and all of the people that we employ, it dawned on me that it was irresponsible to not be charging for the time, because that ends up coming out of the overall business expenses, which in turn hurts the business and the people we employ, their families, so on and so forth. So
Yeah. Have you seen that homeowners, I guess, are less likely to obtain a quote when there is a sort of fee? Or how has it been, at least, does it build trust with your customers when they know that you're not going to automatically be charging this visit fee or inspection fee? Or tell me a little bit about the benefits or challenges.
I've seen mixed feelings from our customers.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on their perception of value that we're delivering with the inspection and the inspection report.
Mm-hmm.
And we do our very best to try to explain everything up front, to set the expectation, to let them know that if we come out and we do the full and thorough inspection, provide you with the results and the findings and the report, and we are unable to do business or we don't come to terms to do business together, then this would be our cost for that time. And so in most cases, they're okay with that and they understand it. And a lot of them have the intent to do business with us. They've already chosen us as the experts in our field. And so they're prepared. But there are a handful of customers that when we get out there, even after we explain everything, that I guess just have some type of buyer's remorse for paying for something or not thoroughly thinking it through and having to pay and not getting the finished product that they were looking for, the finished service that they were looking for.
Yeah. Does that, because I would assume, I mean, I'm just even thinking of me, if I were a technician and I went out, say I drove, 30, 40 minutes to look at this equipment and I spend all this time and then they don't even end up booking the job. Do you ever have to, I mean, as a CEO and owner, sort of, I don't want to say talk technicians down, but I mean, I'm sure sometimes they're upset or, feel like time is being wasted, or do you deal with that at all? Or is there any sort of that happening?
So for us right now, our current compensation model is hourly. And so our technicians are getting paid regardless. We're using fuel regardless. They're getting paid for their time to the location, the time they spend on the location. So these are all ongoing expenses. I do know that a lot of companies in the trades and the HVAC, to be specific, pay on either a commission or piece rate model. And so if a technician goes and they don't do business with that particular customer, then I think that, and I'm making an assumption, a broad assumption here, but I think that they don't get paid. So I would imagine that they would be pretty upset about that wasted time, but we don't have that situation currently. But again, it's a part of doing business. It's a cost of doing business. And so we just have to adapt and adjust and figure out where the happy medium is for us to be able to continue to maintain a successful and profitable business and still make sure that the customer has a good experience, whether they do or do not do business with us at that particular time.
Right. And do you foresee, or I guess what would have to happen where you decided, all right, instead of just doing it sort of the split way where we're doing it every single time a tech goes to a homeowner's house, they're going to be charging a visit fee? What would have to happen for you to feel like that's what your business needs?
For us to feel like we need to charge for every visit?
Yeah. If at all, I don't know, what would the HVAC industry have to look like? What would be different?
So if we moved to a model, I've actually given this some thought, and I've considered moving to a model where we do inspections in advance so that we could be a little bit more thorough, because oftentimes homeowners feel like they need duct cleaning. Whatever the symptoms are that they're going through, they think that that's the answer. And the bad thing about that is when you really don't understand the service and the value that comes with it or what you should be looking for, the only thing that you have left to lean on is price. And so they're left choosing somebody based on price who may not have the proper training, the proper credentials, may not even be a legitimate company, to be completely honest with you. And so we've been in business 16 years now, and I've considered testing out a model where we do go out and inspect in advance so we can open up the system, look inside the ducts, check everything thoroughly, and see if, in fact, the duct cleaning is what the customer needs, or if maybe it's just an IAQ situation and they need some new filtration or air scrubber, or maybe they have microbial growth in their system and they need some type of encapsulant. A lot of different solutions. So I've considered that, and in that consideration, I thought about not charging a fee at all for those inspections. But with that, I think that there also needs to be a very thorough qualifying process in advance, and not just throwing it out there, giving an inspection to every single person that calls. I think you'd have to have a really good qualifying process, or you'd just be out there spinning your wheels.
Right. Yeah.
Basis, so.
Absolutely. So do you have any advice, I guess, to a contractor who is thinking about whether or not they should be charging a visit fee to assess equipment? How would you tell them to go about that, or what would you tell them to look at in their business to decide?
I think everything ties back to what is the hourly cost to operate your business.
Right.
And that has to come from somewhere. And so I don't know, a decision has to be made whether that's going to be on a per visit basis, or if you figure out a way to offset that in another part of your business. But that would be a decision that just has to be made on an individual basis. But the first thing that we have to know as business owners is what are our operating costs? What are our break even costs to run our business? Otherwise, we're on our way out the door.
Yeah.
So to speak. Yeah. And we won't have this problem to worry about anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Justin, last question for you. Because I'm thinking, about how there's so many young homeowners nowadays, and, more young customers may be coming up, who are really paying attention to their air quality and the quality of their homes. So have you seen any differences in the generations of who is likely to pay that visit fee and who is not likely, or is it basically the same on either side of the spectrum?
So I tend to see homeowners, and I'll give you a little bit of a segmentation of homeowners versus property management, or even just regular outright investors. And homeowners have more of a stake in what's going on inside the house. They're calling for a particular reason. They want a problem solved, or some type of symptom removed, whatever the case may be. I think they see more value in it, and they're more willing to pay those fees. And I don't think we give homeowners enough credit. They're smart enough to know that somebody's operating a business in most cases, and they get it. Investors or property management companies, on the other hand, are doing whatever they're doing as a business decision. And so you tend to get more pushback, or they may be more susceptible to hang up the phone and call the next person that's not going to charge them to go out, because it's a business decision more so than a personal need or a personal choice, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Justin, that's all that I have for you today. Do you have any other notes on visit fees, or anything that you have seen in the industry, or just with your own visit fees that you're like, man, this is a really great thing that's come out of it?
No, not really. I mean, again, I'm very hesitant to call it a visit fee.
Yeah.
I think if we're showing up, we should be showing up for a reason. I think that should be discussed with the customer. And I think every company should figure out a way to deliver some type of value to the customer, with the customer's expectation of paying something for us showing up and coming out there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something about just visit fee where it's like you're paying just for a visit with somebody, where it's like you want it to mean more. So which is, when you say you're going to do or what did you guys call it again? The diagnostic, or
it's an inspection for us. It's an inspection fee.
Yeah. Right. That just holds a more meaning than the word visit.
Yeah. And we're, we also have the credentials to be able to, we're the subject matter experts in our field. We have the credentials to be able to give a thorough inspection and provide the report We're very well versed on what the building codes are, the local codes, so on and so forth. And so we end up being a very good resource for the customer in helping them to make a decision on how they want to move forward. Again, whether that's with us or with someone else or on their own. Maybe we go and we deliver an inspection and the findings give them enough information to determine that this is a situation that they can fix on their own. So there's value in that. And so again, my advice to any small business or new business is to understand what your costs are, make sure that you're able to recoup those, but in exchange, make sure you're delivering some type of value to your customer or your potential customer for that.
Yeah. Great, Justin. Well, I think that's a great spot to end. If people want to get in touch with you or they want to learn more about Daffy Ducks, where can they go?
You can find us at daffyducts.com. That's DUCTS, like air ducts. And then on social media, we're on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. All of them are under Daffy Ducts or Daffy Ducts Air Duct.
Wonderful.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. Now you guys know where you can reach Justin and Daffy Ducks, and you already know where you can reach us at achrnews.com for more podcasts and videos. Until next time, thank you so much, Justin.
All right, Hannah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
You too. Bye-bye.